Kiya, who was also fired from XOMG Pop, has finally spoken out. Well, at least as much as she can, with the gag order of an NDA hanging over her. God forbid the Siwas let anybody speak their truth. First question Kiya replied to on her Instagram Q&A is, do you miss XOMG Pop? And her answer is savage. She said she was glad to leave when she did, and she's never looked back. I feel like there's an untold story surrounding Kiya's departure, and with everybody except for Angie and Leah being under NDAs, we may never get to hear what actually went down. Now, Jessalyn Siwa has said on her 245-member Reddit fiefdom that she created that if she thought the girls' departure from the group was anyone's business, she definitely would discuss it. But since it isn't, she won't. But Angie and Leah thought it was everybody's business when they talked to Rolling Stone. And judging by her answers in her Q&A, it seems like Kiya might want to talk about it. Who knows about Kinley and Bella? Why does Jess think that just because she doesn't want to talk about this story, nobody else should be allowed to talk about it? By the way, Kiya, just like Leah said in her live the other day, says she has no relationship with the current girls. Leah says she doesn't talk to the current girls at all. Now, back in her fiefdom 39 days ago, Jess says, it's not that deep. I promise no one is telling any kids who they can and cannot be friends with. And on another post, the girls can talk to anyone they want. XOMG Pop is a job. We certainly do not control, worry about, or even discuss who the girls are or are not friends with. But when you have everyone except for one person on a non-disclosure agreement, it makes it very difficult for people to talk if they want to or not, because they're not allowed to talk about the project that they worked on for 2 years. Kiya says she's happy that Leah got to tell her story in Rolling Stone and very happy that Angie cleared up some information about her and her mom. That actually was done on Reddit by Angie. In her Reddit fiefdom, Jess also clears up the confusion on the XOMG Pop house. She said they leased it for a year and decided to let the lease go so they could invest the money elsewhere. Fans wanted to know why she didn't let people stay there. Seems like a good idea to me. Jess says the house was solely for filming and it doesn't fall under her responsibilities to provide living quarters for anyone. I mean, this is a quote from her, really, what job provides living quarters besides the military? Did Jess forget that her own daughter often films on location, such as right now when she's filming in Atlanta for So You Think You Can Dance, and when she filmed the J Team in Canada? Do you think JoJo and Jess paid for their own hotel for that? Do you think JoJo's paying for that apartment out of her own pocket? No, I would assume she's getting a per diem. I don't think she's a local hire in Atlanta on So You Think You Can Dance. Now, back then, on the main XOMG Pop sub, which has over 2,000 members, Jess said, my daughter wrote an anthem about anti-bullying. It has gone quadruple platinum. We have preached kindness and inclusivity and taught our values to everyone around us. In the Rolling Stone article, which now unfortunately is behind a paywall, luckily I have screenshots, Angie and Leah alleged that Jessalyn, I think her name has 2 N's at the end, was overtly cruel to their young charges, calling them names and, in one instance, shaming them for having a disability. It's not Leah, by the way, it's a different contestant. JoJo, meanwhile, could also be nasty and domineering, according to sources, a sharp contrast from her upbeat on-screen persona. At one point, they allege, she screamed insults at the girls during a performance. They also allege that she played a role in helping to build a cutthroat environment.